Join me. You've talked to everybody else in town, but I want to ask you about what's new and what's happening at Rhode Island Housing. You've taken over from Richard Godfrey, who was there for, I don't know, 20 years maybe? So you must have some plans and some things happening.
Yeah, I'm very proud to lead this team at Rhode Island Housing. I'm bringing nearly 3 decades of experience, as you know, in the field. And we're on solid financial ground, ready to work with the governor, help create jobs, and be part of the economic drive in the state.
I'm sorry.
No, that's it.
Last we spoke, you were running the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development for Rhode Island, and, for New England. I'll get my act together. and so, big change, do you think?
No, I actually think this is a terrific step for me. I, as I said, bring this experience, both 20 years working in the neighborhoods and communities of Rhode Island, and now 3.5 years around the region, looking at best practices and ways that we can take those best practices and help people here in Rhode Island get into and stay in the middle class.
Your office sent me a note that there's $3 million allocated in the governor's budget for affordable housing. It can help. I mean, if it gets approved, right?
Absolutely. That money can be used to leverage federal resources that we can't fully use because we need additional resources. So this is state money that would leverage private dollars, help create housing, help create jobs, and most importantly, help Rhode Islanders be able to rent or buy a home or to stay in their home.
You talk about the big staff. Well, not a big staff that you have at Rhode Island Housing, but it's a big mandate. There's a lot of balls in the air there.
We have a great staff, as I said earlier, and I'm proud to lead that group. And we manage a number of programs. Again, we help people to buy a home. And last year, we tripled our volume in that area, working with mortgage brokers and lenders here in Rhode Island. We help to build homes for rent, and we help people to stay in their home. So we really help a broad range of people, and we help people from $0 to $100,000 a year try and have a home for their family and make Rhode Island a better place to live, work, and raise that family.
I should have dropped you a line and let you know that had you gotten up early, I don't know if you did get up early and heard Jessica Signa from Housing Works Rhode Island was on the program just about an hour ago, talking about their latest report on foreclosures and a little bit of a good news, bad news situation with foreclosures because while some foreclosures are on the rise, they say it's not terribly unexpected.
Well, first of all, Housing Works Rhode Island is a good partner with Rhode Island Housing, and part of my agenda is to strengthen that relationship and continue to do some good research, which is the ground that we build on in order to figure out our best programs. We continue to see the foreclosure numbers holding steady, but more importantly, we see our delinquency starting to drop. And that is the sign of what the foreclosure number will look like going forward. So in the last few months, our delinquency levels have dropped, and that's the important news.
Let me ask you something I asked Jess when she was on earlier. I guess Mayor Alorza in Providence is making some inroads in his one of his initiatives, which is to clean up a lot of the abandoned properties in the city. How do you think that's going to happen?
I was just on the phone yesterday with the mayor, and we'll be working closely with him. This week, our board approved 3 new projects to use federal low-income housing tax credits, and 2 of those are in the city. And those projects will actually put about 100 units back online in the city, and that will help with the mayor in achieving his goal.
And tell me more about that.
So those are federal low-income housing tax credits. We approved 3 projects, one in Burrillville, one in Onlyville, and one in South Providence. So those take abandoned properties or existing properties and turn them into rental housing so that, again, people can rent a home that is safe and affordable for them and their family. And it creates jobs during the construction phase, which is part of the governor's agenda, and we think that we can contribute and help be a major driver for that.
Do you think, well, I've always been of the belief that, housing is a pretty good indicator of how the health of our economy is doing here in Rhode Island.
Indeed it is, and we lot of strong signs, and that's good news for the city and for the state.
Barbara, you have an open invitation here. I hope you'll join me from time to time, and we'll just review what's going on in the housing space, because I think it's that important.
Well, I thank you for that. I always like coming on your show, Steve, and we are ready to do that. Rhode Island Housing is part of a multifaceted approach to growing the economy, and I'm expecting we will have more good news to share with you and your listeners.
All right, cool. I'm glad to talk to you. Thanks, Barbara. Continued good luck.
Thank you. I hope you have a good day and get out and enjoy the great weather.
Yeah, I hope so, too. Appreciate it. Thanks. It's Barbara Fields, the new executive director at Rhode Island Housing. Our WPRO News time is 7:46, and